Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm sorry that I haven't done a video in such a long time. Summer has just been so busy getting ready for college. I've had church retreats, I've had my birthday. Honestly, June has just been a crazy but an amazing month. And so I'm just here to give you a video about orientation and just my advice and tips and how to become prepared for your orientation and what you basically do at orientation. Okay, if you're new to my channel, by the way, I just want to say hi, I'm Jane. If you like this video, just comment, like, and subscribe. I'm definitely about to have a ton of videos about college since this is my first year. I'm going to be a freshman, so I'm going to have like my dorm room haul, probably a move-in day vlog, and room decor, DIY, stuff like that, so stay tuned for those. Okay, let me just get right into it. What you should bring to orientation. So at my school, and if you don't know this, I'm going to Texas A&M University in the fall, and what they have is this AIS, and what that is it is like your applicant information system. And it shows like, hey, we got your test scores, hey, we got your meningitis shot, we got this stuff. So on there, it's also a checklist of everything you need before your NSC, so which is what we call our orientation. And basically on there, you need your shot records, you need to take your lab safety agreement, contract things, so you can be enrolled in any chemistry, biology class that deals with labs. I'm trying to think. You need to take your math placement exam, and that is super important to being placed in the correct math. You really do need to take that before your orientation. I know other schools other than my school has that, and so you really do need that. Also, check on your thing if they have received your high school transcript or your college transcript if you did dual credit. This is actually super important. The high school transcript, not so much because they already have a previous one, but your college transcript, that is pretty important, I would say, because they already have, like when I went, they had that, all my classes that I took, like, filled into like my curriculum 4-year schedule, so like every class that I took, they fitted into my schedule, my 4-year plan somehow. Okay. So that's important to bring. Also, just bring anything like your specific college needs. Like, I know I'm biomedical science major, they sent in like, hey, how many AP classes did you take or whatever, and credits, and you turn those in, or how many of this and how many of that. So anything your college specifically sends to you, make sure you do and turn it in on time, because that will just help ease your process very much. Also, for my school particularly, we have this thing with tuition flat rate, locked rate, and then variable. You also have to do that if you're going to Texas A&M. I don't know if other schools have this, but you also have to do that before your NSC or before you register for classes, or you'll be locked out to register for classes. That kind of sucks because you get stuck with the bad ones. Okay, what should I wear? See, where I live, Texas is really, really hot, so you don't want to wear like anything like thick, like anything. You don't want to wear jeans, honestly, because you're outside and you're walking a lot. Jeans are great, but it just burns-ish. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It is, just stay away from jeans if you can. Wear very comfortable shoes if you can. It is honestly so much walking, and so much walking. A bus, like at A&M, a bus will take you to like the nearest location, like big location, but then you have to walk from there and there. And so just having very comfortable shoes. I recommend Chacos. I just got some, like, honestly, and they're like the best things. I wish I had them when I was at A&M, because it would have made my feet. I used my knockoff Birks from Payless, and those, like, they just, I mean, they still, like, it just hurt my feet. And I got like a blister, and then like tennis shoes if you can, Nike shorts, a t-shirt, nothing like special, and stuff like that. Okay. This is also another thing. I don't know how long your orientation is. Some people have 3 days and some people have just 2 days. At A&M, you just have 2 days, required mandatory, and then you have a pre-conference optional day. And I definitely recommend, if you're going to A&M, like, definitely do the pre-conference day, just because you can honestly talk to people, talk to people, figure out where everything is on campus the day before your NSC. Also, you can go on residence hall tours, dorm room tours, I just said that. I mean, campus tour. You can, talk to Greek Life or different student organizations. There's definitely a ton of organizations that are in the MSC just waiting to talk to you and giving you free stuff, like free t-shirts, or free tutoring passes that you should definitely keep until the fall semester when you start school, different things like that. So I just say definitely come a day earlier, and also it's less stressful. You can check in, you can get your student ID, you can get your sports pass, all that stuff that you would do on day one and then continue to do like throughout. You can do all that stuff on the pre-conference day, so it's less stressful, not so informal, and just on a tight schedule, so you have time to breathe and just explore College Station or any school you're going to. Also, another thing is, I know at certain schools, at A&M, it was kind of more parent-student based. I don't know, more parent-based. I don't know how to explain that. There's some aspects where students and parents were separated, but most of the time, for most of the day, it was parents and students 24/7. I personally kind of wished it was more student-oriented, where it was just students always constantly together, because you get to meet people. I know places like Texas Tech, Texas A&M Commerce, University of North Texas, I'm trying to think of other schools. Just a ton of other schools I know within Texas, and other schools out of state, all based, oriented. And so I definitely recommend, just if you're in that more student-oriented group, definitely make yourself come out of your comfort zone and talk to people, get to know people, just make friends, because you never know like when you'll run into that person again on campus. And then for the people that are more parent and student oriented, orientations like A&M, I'd say try to talk to more students. I don't know how to explain this, but I didn't have my parents at my orientation, and it kind of made it super awkward. So I would say bring your parents, but also have your parents there, because there's a lot of information that A&M goes through that your parents need to know about. But also try to talk to other people, because I know for me it was just very awkward being without my parents, because everyone's parents were there. So that's just the A&M side. Okay. What should I expect? There's a ton of informational things, like there's a mandatory welcome session that was at mine. Everyone had to attend. They talk about housing, about your grades and tuition, and your walk tuition rate, like I was saying earlier, and your variable tuition rate, financial aid. They talk about the FERPA, where if you want your parents to look at your grades or anything like that. I'm trying to think of everything that they talk about. They talk about student services, transportation, different things, like how to get on a megabus, rent bikes, different things on campus to help you. They talk about the academic center, writing lab, different things, SIs, which is like your a person that sits in your class that's already taken a class and passed it with an A, and they're there to like help you, so like an extra tutor. They talk about just different ways for you to succeed at their school, and they also talk about campus safety, and they talk about like domestic violence, sexual harassment, all that kind of stuff, how to protect yourself, what is consent, what's not, because everything lately happening in the news media, it's very important that you know how to be safe. And if you have a bad feeling about somewhere or something, make sure you get out of that situation. So they talk about that. Like I said, they talk about organizations, different things like the Residence Hall Association, that. Okay, so next thing is registering for classes. Okay, so at my orientation, this was day 2, and for most people it's the last day, and so like for me it was my last day. So basically they separate you into colleges, your colleges, and like I'm the College of Veterinary Medicine, and everyone else is either liberal arts, engineering, what's it called? College of Science, different things. So whatever college you're in, they'll separate you. And also within that, then your college will give an academic meeting, basically telling you, hey, this is what our college is about. This is what we expect from you. This is the amount of credit hours. These are the classes you have to take. These are the things you have to do in order to succeed. If you don't think you're comfortable with this, maybe change your major. Basically, they're telling you everything that you need to know to be prepared for what you're going into. They talk about so much. They talk about different organizations that they have within your college, like probably like pre-med-ish for me, the biomedical science. Okay, so then finally it's time to actually talk to your advisor. And what I recommend doing before registering for classes is definitely go onto your school's website and look at classes firsthand, see what's open and what's available, what kind of teachers you want, and also look at Rate My Professor, because this teacher is more if you're hardworking, you put in the effort, you get an A. But if you want a class that's an easy A, then you probably want to check Rate My Professor for that. And make sure you have the professor you want, a professor that is always going to be there for you and help you and stuff like that. So definitely check Rate My Professor. And when you do this, and when you're looking at like times and like the schedule and stuff ahead of time, like I was saying, make sure for A&M you write down that CRN number and say, hey, okay, I want this teacher, I want this time, I want this time. So when you register for classes and let's fast forward actually. When you fast forward and you're talking to your advisor, you can give them those CRNs and request for them. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed that they're going to give you those classes. Talk to your advisor about, hey, what times I said I wanted 8 a.m.s, and I'm slowly-ish regretting that a little bit just because I'm a morning person, but everyone says it's different, so I'm going to see how I like it and stuff. But I also told my advisor that I definitely want to end early on Thursdays. That was like my big, like, I mean end early on Fridays. That's my big thing, just in case if I needed to come home on the weekends or something, I could just travel back home and stuff like that. And so just definitely talk to your advisor. They're honestly there to help you. And at A&M, I know like my college specifically made my schedule, but I know for other people like the business, College of Business or whatever, Mays Business, you have to make your own schedule. But if you don't get the classes that you want, it's not honestly a big deal, honestly, because you can keep looking on how many classes there are and stuff every other day or daily, depending on what you want to do. And you can always email an advisor through your college and ask them to change you into that class if there's more room. So don't worry about, hey, I didn't get my first choice or what. Okay, the biggest tip that I'm going to end off with is be yourself and put yourself out there and make friends. College is honestly going to be your happiest time of your life kind of thing, and it's gonna be so much fun. You're experiencing new things, and honestly, like I said before about like me not having my parents there, you just need to put yourself out there and make friends. I made some really good friends that I text almost every single day with, and that's amazing, and they're telling me to go to different things with them. Also there and talk to people. It's honestly fun meeting new people. You hear about different stories and cultures and stuff like that. So that's my recommendation and my tips and advice for what to expect at your orientation, what orientation is like and stuff like that. If you liked this video, please comment, subscribe, and like. I'm definitely going to be having a ton of college videos coming soon. And thanks for watching!